Welcome, everybody. We're waiting on a few more persons to join us. I'm Empress Golding, and I will be your host for today's webinar. So give us a few more minutes. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let us know who's in the room. Let us know where you're tuned in and joining us from. This is going to be a great and informative webinar looking at female engineers within the telecom, ICT, and solar industry. So let me see who's in the room. Please turn on your cameras for a little bit so we can see who is here. Welcome, Katie Ann. Welcome, Richard. Welcome, Stephen, Hanil, John, Mark, Latoya, Mike, Katie Ann. So nice to see all of you. Please excuse the beeps as we have our guests coming in. All right, welcome, Terry Ann. So nice to see all of you. We're going to start in just a second, but I want to make sure everybody is here in the room. All right. Again, let us know where you're tuned in from. Trinidad is here. I should say good morning, but you could be tuning in from somewhere where it's evening. So good evening, good morning, good afternoon. United Kingdom is in the building. Hello, is it Hina or Haina? Patney. So nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. Drop it in the chat. Let us know where you're tuned in from. Dean Neves, our leader. Nice to have you in the room. Nice. Lots of us here from Trinidad. What's going on in Trinidad? Haven't been to Trinidad in a while. Jamaica is in the building. Excellent. I'm so excited about today's webinar. It's going to be very informative. We can take the information home to our families, our communities, and our work spaces, looking at female engineers within the telecom, ICT, and solar industry. How can we make it better? How can we level up? So I'm excited. Island of Good and Water. Wood and Water or Good and Water? Yes. I want to actually acknowledge the CANTO chairman. Mike Antonius is here in the building. We love our leaders. Yeah, greatness happens when we have great leaders. That's right. Haiti in the building. Oh, lovely. The Caribbean is alive. Yes, Guyana is here as well. Excellent. Just waiting on a few more to join us. Please keep your mics on mute, a little housekeeping, and feel free during the webinar to ask as many questions as you can. Okay, we will be so happy to answer them for you. And this is the second of a series of conversations courtesy of Konnexx and CANTO. So please take notes. All right. Suriname is here. Chantal. Welcome, Suriname. Nice to see everybody. The Caribbean, one Caribbean. Excellent. Latin America, Caribbean, we are alive. And I think we're about ready to start. Let me check with my team. All right. Do we have most of our participants in the room? All right, Samantha's coming in now. We want to welcome Samantha. I can see everybody. Excellent. And my Konnexx females are here. Can we get a yeah? That's right. Empowering the woman and empowering the female makes the world a better place in this industry. All right. So I see us and I am getting that message to say we're about to start. Yeah. So let's do this. Just letting you know that this webinar is also being recorded for you. So you can always go back and watch it later on our Konnexx spaces. All right, welcome Kendall, welcome Chantal. So nice to see you all coming in here. All right, so are we ready to go? Can I get a yes from Andrea and Jimmy? Are we ready? Are we fired up? Carrie, are you ready?
Yes, let's go.
Let's go.
Yes, I am, Empress.
Woo! Gotta be ready. All right, ladies and gentlemen, female engineers within the telecom, ICT, and solar industry. I'm Empress Golding. I am coming to you live from Jamaica for this webinar brought to you by CANTO and Konnexx. I want to acknowledge all of the team members from CANTO and Konnexx, and of course, all of you who took the time out to come and join us for this webinar. So let's begin. Konnexx Services Limited is a telecommunication engineering company providing engineering and network construction services to the ever-changing and demanding needs of the data, telephone, and cable television industries since 2003. Now, over the years, Konnexx has been combining its in-depth knowledge of fiber optic network infrastructure characteristics with an integrated approach aimed at the realization of innovative transmission technology solutions. Since its inception, Konnexx has continued to grow into a diverse business, adapting to the changes in technology, improving practices, and setting standards within various industries. Some of the services provided by Konnexx are telecommunication services, ICT services, software development, and solar engineering. Throughout this webinar, you can ask us any question that you would like about Konnexx, including how to send in your resume and join this ever dynamic, right, environment. Please feel free. Now, CANTO. Let's welcome Teresa Wonkin in the room. Teresa, where are you? Say hi. Our Secretary General at CANTO is also here, so we want to acknowledge her. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And again, welcome to some of you. Yes.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Teresa. Where are you right now? Are you in Trinidad?
Yes, I am in Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you.
How's the weather in Trinidad?
Really good. Hot and good.
Hot and good, lovely. Same here in Jamaica. Now, CANTO, for all of you who don't know, is a non-profit organization association. It's made up of operators, organizations, companies, and individuals in the ICT and telecommunications sector. This is our advocacy group. The association has a Caribbean focus with a global perspective. CANTO was founded in what year? Drop a comment in the chat. Who knows when CANTO was founded? Let me give you a hint. 1980 something. Anybody can guess? Let's see who gets it right. Let me see. Anybody in the chat? Oh, all right. Let me give it to you then. No, you got to be quick on your fingers. It was founded in 1985 and is focused on leading and shaping the technology industry in the Caribbean region and America. Some of the services provided by CANTO are the annual conference and trade exhibition, which is coming up. And I'm going to tell you about that at the end of the webinar, because we really want to make sure that you can join us and register. It's a 38th annual conference and trade exhibition. It will be happening at the JW Marriott Miami Turnberry. And so you can register at www.canto.org. I will remind you at the end of this webinar. So, of course, they also provide services such as the ICT training and workshops and also ICT periodicals. The objective, my distinguished guest today, of this Konnexx webinar, Female Engineers within the Telecom, ICT, and Solar Industry, is to empower women to break down the notion that certain careers are limited to only one gender. Now, Konnexx recognizes the value of diversity and welcomes female engineers to join their company. Through the guidance of their CEO, who is here today, welcome Dean Neves. Let's say hi to Dean. Dean, are you willing to show your face in this female webinar? Let me see, where's Dean? Where is Dean? Dean is here somewhere. I saw Dean. So we want to welcome Dean. Dean is like, no, I'm just sitting back today. I work hard and I want you to take the lead with these amazing women. So I'm going to do that. But we want to welcome Dean Neves, who is committed to mentorship, right? And Konnexx is dedicated to supporting and guiding female engineers within their organization. The message is very clear today, and I want you all to understand that if you aspire to pursue a career in engineering, or you want your children, right, to pursue a career in engineering, Konnexx Services is a place where you can find support and opportunities to grow. So let me give you some more of what's going to happen today on the agenda. I have 5 distinguished women working in this industry at Konnexx. They're going to join us and share a little bit about their story, their experiences, their role and responsibility. That's Kerry, Latanya, Sarika, Sashage, and Renee. So I soon introduce you to them. They're going to take the floor in just a minute, but a little overview. Today, we're examining the role and experiences of female engineers working within this industry, telecoms, solar, ICT. We want to explore the challenges and opportunities that women face in these male-dominated fields, as well as the strategies they use to overcome these challenges. Now, we have challenges every day, but being a woman is a little bit more unique, especially, as I said, it's a male-dominated industry. How do we level up? How do we, provide the best service within this industry as a woman? Within the telecoms industry, female engineers may work in a variety of areas such as network design and implementation, software development, and project management. If you work in an area within this scope, right, please drop a comment in the chat and let us know. So we face gender-based discrimination. It's a true and real thing. We face bias, and we face exclusion from male-dominated networks and opportunities for advancement. This is in many industries, but particularly in this one. So we want to change that. We want to examine the initiatives aimed at increasing the representation of women in telecom engineering and promoting gender diversity in the workplace. And to all the men here today, we need your support to do this. Teamwork makes the dream work. And in the solar industry, female engineers may be involved in the design and installation of solar panels and energy systems. And you guys can come and put some more solar panels at my house, please, please, as well as research and development. We want to explore the impact of gender diversity on innovation and productivity within the solar industry and the potential for female engineers to play a leading role in driving sustainable energy solutions. Can I get a yes? Yes. The ICT industry includes a wide range of technology-related fields, such as software development, cybersecurity, and data analytics. Now, female engineers in this industry may face similar challenges to those in telecoms, including, as I mentioned, gender-based discrimination, right? And a lack of opportunities for advancement. So let's explore and examine the efforts being made to increase gender diversity in the ICT industry and the potential benefits of having more women in technology roles. Now, I'm very passionate about this webinar today because we have to take this information and bring it back in our communities and let young girls know that they have a place in this industry and guide them. And I want to explore as well today, what do they need to study and get them ready from they enter high school? Let's examine now the experiences, challenges, and opportunities for female engineers in 3 important industries, as I mentioned before, and explore ways to promote gender diversity and equality within these fields. Now, what are some of the challenges facing females in telecom, solar, and ICT? So many efforts have been made. We know that. Companies have made efforts like Konnexx and CANTO. So have governments and other females in the telecom industry or solar ICT industry. But we still continue to face numerous challenges. And we'll explore some of those from our guests. All right. You will hear gender bias, stereotypes, lack of role models, and work-life balance. And role models, it's very important for us to put our women on the front line so little girls coming up in the Caribbean know that they can too. So let's move now to meet some of our women, right, in the industry from Konnexx. Feel free to drop your questions, your comments in the chat as they speak about their experiences. Let's start with Carrie Ann Gray, our Group Operations Officer at Konnexx. Can we get a clap emoji, please? Clap emojis as we welcome her to the floor. All right. Hi, Carrie Ann Gray. How are you this morning?
Good morning. I am happy. I'm alive. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. And I'm so happy that many of you decided to join, take the time out to see us women today represent Konnexx, represent Jamaica, represent the Caribbean.
Yes. Tell me a little bit, Carrie Ann, about what you do. What is your daily role and responsibility as Group Operations Officer at Konnexx?
well, as a group operations manager, you know, I am up there, you know, trying to drive the company in efficiency, in growth. You know, we have implemented quality management systems that we follow through on a daily basis. So these things are important. We have over 400 staff members, and they all fall under me, with our heads of departments, our managers, supervisors. So there are a lot of different personalities that I have to deal with daily. There's a wide range of scope of work that, you know, it presents itself, because remember, I'm dealing with the solar department, I'm dealing with ICT, I'm dealing with telecoms. So it's not just one thing alone that I have on my table. And trust me, male dominated, have those strong personalities, but I've adapted and I've gotten used to it. So I know I'm able to deal with the different personalities, you know, regardless.
And Kerry, how long have you been in this industry?
Well, I've been here since March 2011. Yeah.
Okay, for all the mathematicians, add that up. Since 2011. What attracted you to this industry? And is this something that you knew you would enter into when you were going to high school? Who introduced you to this field?
Not at all. I would like to tell you that I actually went to school to do the sciences in hope of becoming a medical doctor. Along the way, I got introduced to project management, and you know, that kind of changed my scope and direction as to where I wanted. That kind of interested me more. And then now the whole telecoms and technology field got introduced to me, and I was guided and mentored by Dean Evers himself, and which helped me or molded me to who I am today, because there's always growth, there's always development, and there's always something to learn. So you have to always keep in track and in tune. So yes, this is a total switch of what was in my headspace started off in school. Yeah.
So in your department or your departments there, Konnexx, it's male dominated, correct?
Yes, it is male dominated, all departments. I mean, besides the accounting department, but outside of that, it's male dominated.
And as a leader now within the telecom, ICT, and solar industry, what do you believe are the key qualities that women bring to engineering fields? And how can these qualities be leveraged to drive innovation and progress in the industry?
Well, I believe that women bring a unique perspective to engineering fields. They have strengths in collaboration, communication, and problem solving. And these qualities can be leveraged to drive innovation and progress by fostering diversity of thought and creating a culture of inclusivity. And by promoting diversity and recognizing the value of different perspectives and experiences, we can help to drive innovation and advance the industry as a whole.
I love what you just said, the strengths, and that is the strength of a woman, collaboration, communication, definitely. Problem solving. These are definitely life skills that are needed to lead and lead well. How do you see the role of women in engineering evolving in the coming years? And what can companies and individuals like yourself do to support this evolution?
Well, the role of women in engineering will continue to evolve and expand in the coming years with greater representation and leadership in the industry. To support this evolution, companies and individuals can prioritize promoting diversity and inclusion, and they can implement targeted recruitment and retention initiatives and create a culture of equality and fairness. So additionally, supporting education and professional development opportunities for women in engineering can also help to ensure that they have the skills and knowledge needed to succeed in the industry.
You mentioned some skills earlier that a female engineer or females in this industry need to succeed. So what are some other important skills that we may have missed? In my traits for success. Sorry.
Well, no problem. So in my experience, the most important trait for success in these industries is really resilience. engineering is challenging and it's demanding, and it requires the ability to adapt to changing circumstances, learning from failure, and persist in the face of setbacks. Additionally, strong communication and collaboration skills are essential for working effectively with diverse teams and stakeholders. So resilience, you have to ensure that you have that.
All right, let's put that in the chat, resilience. All right, so let's look now at your team. I'm going to come back to you, and feel free, my distinguished guest, to ask Kerry any questions in the chat, because we'll come back to a question and answer moment. I want to introduce now Latanya Mundell, Telecommunication Field Support Officer. Welcome, Latanya.
Hi, Empress.
I have to ask you as well, how are you this morning?
I am fine, a bit nervous, but we're here to inspire, so we're going to look past that. So I'm great.
Excellent. No need to be nervous. This is a conversation with you women who are the glue in the Konnexx company and, of course, in the industry. So thank you for taking the time out to share with us. Could
No
you
problem.
Yes. Could you tell me a little bit about your role as a telecommunication field support officer? What do you do on a day-to-day?
Okay, well, daily, I provide technical support and assistance to ensure the smooth operation of telecommunications equipment and systems.
How did you get into this business?
Well, Empress, I would love to tell you, oh, it was in the stones, but it was not. Empress, I had no idea what I wanted to be. And I thought that I was actually going to be a power engineer. And during my course at university, I had a friend that actually had work experience here, and she spoke so highly of telecoms. And I was saying, I've never actually taken notice of it. So I said, I want to challenge myself. I'm always up for learning new things. So I decided to apply to Konnexx, and that's how I got into the industry and developed a passion for it.
Excellent. So Konnexx offers internships, it seems. That's
Yes,
probably
they
a
do.
really, really important message to send out to university students, right? So they can be introduced. So there's one strategy to get more women involved. Thank you for sharing that. What do you think are the benefits of having a more diverse and inclusive workforce in the telecom, solar, and ICT industry? And how does this contribute to the success of the company?
Okay, well, interesting question. Personally, I think that by having a more inclusive workforce, there's greater creativity through a difference in perspectives. I also believe that having a more diverse workforce will provide better representation for young aspiring females like I once was. And I definitely think that by having different perspectives and different people in management positions, companies like Konnexx Services are able to better serve a more diverse market, which will give them greater market coverage. And as Kerry said previously, you know, it promotes and improves employee engagement, collaboration, professional networking. And I feel like due to this and Konnexx seeing this and taking the initiative, it has led to the overall increase in productivity of Konnexx, and it will definitely ensure the prolonged success of the company, in my opinion.
Right. I want to look at the university right now in Jamaica, in Trinidad, across the Caribbean. Are there enough career fairs so that young persons can be introduced to service this industry, or maybe the, you know, telecommunication companies? Is there enough of a push on the front line within the institutions to sensitize?
Okay, based on my experience, I would say no, because even though there are a lot of opportunities for work experience programs, I wasn't given the opportunity, my apologies, to experience a lot of job fairs. So I was not made aware of the diversity within the industry. So entering the industry, I was a bit intimidated because I didn't feel like I was represented well due to the lack of job fairs that I had in university. So if I didn't go out and seek the knowledge in that aspect, I would not have gained it.
Well, Konnexx is about to change that with CANTO.
Definitely.
Okay, this is just the beginning of this change that we're going to see with sensitizing our young ones in their institutions where they are. We have to go to them. And what advice would you now give to young women listening right now who are interested in pursuing a career in the telecoms, solar, and ICT industry?
Okay, wholeheartedly, I would say trust your decisions, be assertive, challenge yourself. And something that I have learned from being integrated into Konnexx, seek mentorship. It is truly important in guiding you through your career in the industry. And also see yourself as a brand and always try to invest in that brand by consistently trying to learn more in terms of developing and enhancing your soft and hard skills in order to further yourself and implant yourself as an asset within the industry.
Great advice. And you've already shared with us things that we can do as a company, as an organization, and an individual in giving the exposure to the field in the different tertiary institutions. And I'm sure we could do this as well in early childhood. You know, what
Definitely.
I find interesting, you know, is when you go into, Latanya, when you go into primary school or you go to prep school or you go to early childhood institutions, remember when you were little and they used to ask, what do you want to be? And
Yes.
what did you say? Everybody said doctor, lawyer, teacher. What did you say?
I actually said I wanted to be a mathematician.
Well, there you go.
Yes.
There you go. So we have to now introduce it at an early stage. And this is why we're here today. Let's hear our little girls saying they want to be a telecommunication field support officer. They want to be a
Yes.
solar engineer. Let us change the narrative and start early.
Definitely.
Latanya, thanks so much for sharing with us.
No problem, Empress.
Yes, and let's introduce Sarika Swabe. She is a telecommunication dispatch supervisor there at Konnexx. Hi, how are you, Sarika?
Hi, Empress. I am fine. I'm alive. A little bit nervous.
Don't be nervous.
As Latanya said, we're here to empower and educate. So let's get it rolling.
My favorite words, empower and educate. CANTO and Konnexx doing it. Let's go now and ask you a couple questions. What does a day look like for you at work?
Day as a dispatch supervisor, each day is different. So my role includes, but not limited to. I think I'm having an echo here.
Don't worry, it's good with us.
Okay,
We
no
can
problem.
hear you clearly, no problem.
1 second, 1 second. I
No
think there's
problem. No problem. And for all of you on the webinar, as Sarika sorts out her echo challenge, which happens, I want you all to start to think, please, and share with me in the chat how we can introduce the different careers in this industry to our children, right?
Okay.
I want you all to think about the innovative ways to make it exciting. This is why we are here today. So please come up with some creative ways. We heard about job fairs, introducing them a little earlier, putting women on the front line to say, hey, this is what I do, sharing with them as well the different fields that they may need to study to enter and advance in this industry. Sarika, you back with us? No echo?
I'm back. Thank God I learned a few things along the way.
Excellent. We love learning in this industry. So that your role now, a day-to-day of a telecommunication dispatch supervisor. How did you get here?
Okay, so my role or how I got here?
Both of them.
Okay, so telecommunication was not on the agenda, none at all. I wanted to be a teacher, actually. But I started at customer service. I left high school, had to get a little job to, you know, save to go to college. And I started in customer care. When I was transitioning, I noticed that the telecommunication had a unique thing about it. It was very diverse. You could transition from any career and come right in and just integrate. So I started as a dispatch agent. And hard work, my tenacity, my going out there to get it, my drive, my hunger saw me being promoted through the ranks. So my previous supervisor was my mentor. She saw something in me that I didn't see, and she fought with me and she pushed me. So when she was leaving, I was recommended for the position, hence here I am. So tenacity is a unique thing that we need to have in this male-dominated culture. My daily thing. I oversee 19 agents, 2 team leads. I oversee jobs assigned to technicians. So I deal with a lot of technicians daily, a lot, about 400 technicians daily, right?
And most of them are men, are they? I'm
Most of them are
assuming?
men. Most of them are
Right.
men, and we have to be conversant with them. 95% is male. Of the technicians that we have, we will have 2 female technicians. Sasha K is one of them, and we have a next one that is outside. Yes, so 95%, 98% Empress is male.
You know, I want to ask you what that's like, because and I want us to be very open. Sometimes, you know, we want to pretty things up, but we live in a real world where there are challenges working with our male counterparts, especially leading men. I want you to tell me, how has it been? What are some of the day-to-day challenges, and how have you been able to manage the relationships within the industry?
Okay, so as I said, I started as an agent, so I grew with these gentlemen. I've been here from 2016. So at first it was a bit difficult because the technical jargons, and they refuse to speak in a term that you can understand, because they claim that you must know. You got to know it. If I say it, you must know it. And then when you are disseminating information to them, they don't like that. Some males have, it's like an ego thing. Like, why are you telling me that? I know it. Why are you telling me that? I know it. And from that experience, I learned not to take it personal. I recognize that it's something that they have to deal with. It is something that they could be struggling with, thinking that they are not good enough for the work. So by having a personal conversation with a technician who was at one point being very difficult, and I'm like, I am not here to fight you. We are in this together. We're a team. And in order for me to help you, you have to help me. So break it down for me. Let me understand so that I can help you. And he said to me, honestly, I felt like you were doubting me, basically. So I said, no, I wasn't doubting you, but I have to ask questions in order to be guided in helping you, so you don't spend a lot of time, because remember, time is money for you. You work to pay yourself. So here I am helping you to reduce and to earn money. So from that, we were good. And I learned from there to understand that they feel offended, and you have to know how to communicate your request to them, because ego is one of the things that we female have to be dealing with on a day-to-day basis. So, but over time, we learn, we know, and we have become like a family. Yeah. So, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for that honesty. Yeah, and I'm sure other women here leading in the fields would agree with Sarika that it is about communication, and it's a skill that you have to practice. But yeah, there is a way that men respond, some men in this industry, and we have to be able to understand. But definitely communication is key. My goodness. So I want to put you up on a pedestal now for our little girls, as I would like to do for all our women leading in these roles. So what advice would you give now to other women who aspire leadership roles in your industry?
I would give them the same advice I give myself every single day. Because you have to encourage yourself every single day, not because you're in the position means that you don't have work to do. You will always have work to do. There's room for improvement. So here's my advice to you. Go for it. Grab it with both hands. Do not let it go. Fight for it. Be courageous. Be resilient. Be tenacious. Have that tenacity. Have that hunger, that drive for whatever you want. Because once you dream it, you can achieve it and you can get it. The sky is the limit and nothing can stop you. That's what I tell myself every day.
Listen, my motivational speaker today, Sarika Swaby. Thank you for that, says Sherry-Ann and John Clayton in Greece. Communication. Thank you so much. Sarika Swaby joining us there from Konnexx. She is at work. When I asked her what's her day-to-day, a part of her day-to-day now is to go on webinars and motivate young girls, young women to join the industry, a telecommunication dispatch supervisor. It's important that we share nuggets from this webinar, because I know, as somebody, I engage thousands of young persons per year, and I've never thought in even career conversations to say, hey, here's a role, you know, when they're looking for careers, a telecommunication dispatch supervisor. What is it? So we do have a lot of education sessions to have with our young persons. Thank you so much. All right, before, yes, there's a comment I saw coming in from Terry Ann Bennett as we move to our next guest here from Konnexx, our next host, because it's really Konnexx putting this on, but we are meeting our women at the Konnexx Services Limited. Here is a comment coming in from Terry Ann Bennett. She says, do not limit our daughters to the average societal idea of a girl toy. For example, building robots are not just for boys. Just dressing dolls will get them functional, but not in ICT. And Terry Ann, I agree. Thank you for that nugget there. All right, so Sarika Swebe dropped some nuggets on us, more nuggets now, and an introduction to another field in the industry. Let's welcome Sasha K. Morrison. Sasha K. Hi, Sasha.
I am ready.
Okay, music to my ears. A little sound coming in, but that's okay. We're going to figure it out. So Sasha K, tell me a little bit about what you do at Konnexx. What is a service delivery installation technician? Break it down for me.
All right, my name is Sasha K. Morrison. I'm a service delivery installation technician. My daily roles are monitoring my team, being a role model, and also giving the customer what they need or require.
And but like, so as a technician, like what the installation part? Oh wait, no. Like what you do? You jump on the roof.
Doing the installation. You know that the customer requests a specific service, so you go there, you introduce yourself, you get your script, you go through it with them, you do drill, borehole, and climb the ladder, communication and doing the installation.
And what are you installing? Break it down for me.
Okay, we're installing cable, internet, and home phone.
Thank you. That's why mine's working, because I think you installed mine. So Sasha K, how long have you been in this industry, and what brought you here? Who introduced you to this field?
All right, I've been in this industry since 2015. Well, this wasn't my main thing, but however, with friends, family, they pushed me to do this, the installation, becoming a cable technician. Well, my growth here, I've been at a second, basically. I wasn't a team lead at the time, but with the growth, with the skills that I've learned over the years and the persuasion that I've put in and all the information that I've gathered, it helped me to develop and become a team lead, to be more responsible.
Team lead, I see people coming in saying super tech Sasha K, says Dean Nevers. How many women are in your department?
All right, there are only 2 women in my department. I'm the best. But yes, there are only 2 females in this department. Yes.
Love it. I just want to be like Sasha K. Walk out and just say, I'm the best. Can everybody just unmute for a minute and just say, I'm the best? I think this is
I'm the best. I'm the best.
Yes, I love it, Sasha.
Yes.
How hard is it being the best and working with so many men, a male-dominated sector in your industry? How hard is it? And let's be frank about the challenges.
All right. Honestly, it's hard when it's hard when just starting, but with the help, with the growth, with communicating with your peers or your superior, it helps you to push yourself more to become that better person that you want to be. And the challenges are work life, because you know you have to work, you have to go home to kids and so forth. So you have to learn to balance work and home. And then now the other one is gender bias. As you all know, women are underestimated, but with the work that we have put in today, we have become more powerful. We are doing our best. We know how to communicate more with the female, how to get the job done, how to go out there and be more responsible, and to show the world that we can do it and we are willing to learn and there is more room for growth.
Excellent. John Clayton says, the best. You've really inspired us to wake up every morning and perform at our best. I think this is definitely a nugget for today. When you wake up and you turn up at Konnexx, CANTO, or wherever you are, wake up and start the day by saying, I'm the best, and deliver at your best. Thank you, Sasha K, for being an inspiration. 2 females, only 2, and she has to be out there with the young men and the older men doing the tech work. All right, thank you so much again, Sasha. That's Sasha K. Morrison, Service Delivery and Installation Technician. So another career path there for women, and it's definitely, it definitely looks like there's room for other women to enter that space. Now, let's welcome to the floor, Renee Bloomfield, Telecommunication Field Support Officer. Renee, welcome.
Hi, Empress and guys, thanks for having me.
You're most welcome. Thank you for being here. Can you tell us about your role and responsibility at Konnexx?
All right, so my role is actually a telecommunication field support officer. I actually am in charge of 150 technicians.
What?
My role and responsibility is actually to do fiber and construction deployment, as well as construction surveys. And I mean, just to provide and meet expectations of the customers and clients, both internal and external.
Interesting. Who introduced you to this field?
Funny enough, it was a friend of mine, because I've always been interested in the ICT field. However, after leaving college, I was working at a contact center, and then he introduced me to HART. I then went there and I did the diploma in telecommunications installation, and I'm now here since 2022.
Pretty cool. How long is that course, Renee? I don't hear a lot of young women talking about entering that field and taking these courses at HART here in Jamaica and other institutions across the Caribbean. Like, what does the course look like? How long does it take?
It's actually 2 years. So I had to sit out from work because it's a full-time course. And it was a 2-year course, actually.
And here you are leading a team of 150 persons. How many of them are women?
1.
What? Did you say?
In field, only 1. Yeah.
Okay, let's be honest now. I want to know what it's like leading 150 men in this industry. What are some of the honest challenges that you've had to overcome?
I mean, the guys have said it, but gender bias. At first, it was hard because I personally did not have a hands-on feel of the job. I was just used to working in office. So I was on the next end of the telecommunication industry, which was the contact center. So I mean, gender bias, not having the outdoor experience, I had to gain that and garner it. So that in itself, and other daily struggles. I mean, just learning the job, really.
And what advice would you now give, Renee, to other women who are interested in pursuing a career in the industry? And maybe I may ask you to what advice would you give girls in high school?
Well, in high school, I wish I had known about telecommunications. I'd have been here a long time. However, the advice I can give them, though, is to literally follow your dreams. Actually believe in yourself and your abilities to do well. And in essence, as Latanya said, to always seek help and mentorship, because that's a huge factor in being effective as a female leader.
Wow, thank you, Renee, for joining us. And it looks like you have some fans. You know, Katie and Knight says, yes, this woman, Renee, knows how to work under extreme pressure, you know, and thank you for the work that you're doing. This is a very interesting conversation. Thank you, Renee, the panelists, and all the other team members and guests here today. I want us to open the floor. If you do have a question, raise your hand. Jodianne will alert me, and I will give you the floor as our guests who are here. Maybe you have some questions about entering the industry. I want to now look, while you think of your questions, on strategies for supporting women in engineering. So there are many strategies that can be used. You've heard some of them from our panelists, from Konnexx. Many strategies can be used to support and empower women in engineering. So let's look at some of them and look at how we can play our role in developing mentorship. Renee spoke of it, mentorship programs. So it's a very effective way to provide support and guidance to women in engineering. Every successful person I've met in any industry has always said that they have a mentor. And if we're going to be successful in life, and if we're going to drive this industry in the Caribbean, we must have a coach, like an athlete. You know, an athlete has a coach. We need a mentor in this industry. So let's seek mentors. And why don't we now look at the women who presented today, put up their profile, put it in the paper, put it on social media, put up posters of these women here today in the early childhood institutions when they have the careers, so that when they say, what do you want to be? You could be a pilot, you could be a this, you could be a that. Where are the ICT, solar, and telecoms women and images so that these kids can be introduced to it early? So I think we need to be very intentional about how we promote the industry, the engineering space, right? As Dean would say here, we need to do more at the high school level in empowering the minds of our young girls to know that they are needed in the engineering space. And men, again, you know, balance, equity, equality. I love the fact that you are here supporting us. And so many of you have embraced the women in Konnexx and CANTO to level up, to step it up, and to be their best. So mentorship does not have to be about women fixing each other's crown, but it's men and women working together as a team, as we're doing here today. Networking, oh my gosh, I love this word. Creating opportunities for women to connect with other women in engineering can be beneficial. So I mentioned at the top that this was the beginning of more conversations, a second, right? We're still in the early stages, but I know that Konnexx and CANTO has a lot more in store for us, for the industry across Latin America and the Caribbean, to put the information out there so that women can get involved. Addressing the bias. We heard a lot about the bias. Now, how do we address this bias? Yeah, sometimes it's unconscious bias. Yeah, discrimination in the workplace is real. So we have to sit at the table with our men and let them know how we feel. Hear from them how they feel, so we can communicate more effectively and work in harmony. Yeah, I heard that coming from the women. It's a real thing. But I think with clear communication, these challenges can be addressed. And then there's a work-life balance. And for the women who came on, or anybody else here, how many of you are women who have children? I want to ask from the panelists, anybody, I want to know how hard it is because we face different challenges as the nurturers and flexibility. Yeah, it's a tough industry, and I've heard off air and on air today from the panelists and other women in the field that there's some long hours. It's laborsome. So let's hear now about how do we manage that work-life balance as moms in this industry, and how do we help other women to succeed in the engineering careers, managing the hard work, the late hours, the long hours, and balance it with having children. Can anybody join me, please? Carrie, anybody, any moms join in the industry, please? I'd love to hear your comments on how you manage, how do you stay flexible?
Hi, Empress.
Hi, let's double
I
screen
am a
you.
mama of 3.
Hold on 1 minute. Who's that? Let's put you. Okay, there we
So,
go.
Sarika.
Sarika. Yes.
I'm a mom of 3. So honestly, it's challenging to balance the responsibility of your job as well as the nurturing aspect, which is our children. To be frank, sometimes you feel like you're failing. You feel guilt that you're not spending enough time with them. You feel that they're growing up and you are missing out. But what I do to encourage myself is to look and to see how happy my children are. And because of that happiness, it proves to me that I must be doing something good. I have a support system that helps me. So I'm grateful for my mom. If my mom wasn't there, I'm not sure how I would really be balancing it, because sometimes I have to leave out early, or I'm up so late at night, and when I do get to bed, I'm tired. But at the same time, what I do to encourage myself is to know that I am doing the best, and I know that my children is doing well. And I see their happy smiles when I come through the door and they say, "Mommy," that makes me feel proud that I'm doing something good. So that's
Hey, I love that. Thank you. The happy meter. Check your children. If they're happy, then don't feel guilty. The mom guilt is real, but don't feel guilty. We're doing it for them. And as long as they're happy, they will be just fine. We have Carol raised. I don't want to assume if Cara is a male or a female, but I would like Cara to come in. Cara, you have a question or a comment?
Oh, I thought, I'm not sure if you guys can hear me. Can you hear me correctly?
Yes, we're hearing you correctly. We're hearing you clearly.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, my native language is not English. So if I'm saying something incorrect, please tell me. I don't know if I'm supposed to, turn on my video, but I just wanted to comment on the question about mothers, within the telecommunication engineering field. I'm from the company Telesur in Suriname. I'm the lead, for now, the lead RF engineer from my company. I've been doing this for almost 6 years. I've just recently been a mom for 2 years now. Second child is on the way, so yeah, it's been a hectic ride until now. But as mentioned by the former ladies who've been speaking until now, it's not easy, that's for sure, when you're a mom, and it takes a lot of time and effort to get the work done. But my priority that I set is, okay, I need to work to provide for my kid, and if I don't work, you cannot do that. That's point number 1 to achieve that. But I try to make as much time as possible with the help from my mother. She's crucial in this to help me, with the how do you say, development of my child. And I think it takes a village to get the work done. Aside from the personal responsibilities, but also the work balance. So I try to make priorities for, okay, this is my work time, and this is home time. So that's how I try to balance it out from my perspective, due to all the projects that need to be executed during the year. So that's my experience until now. I speak with older women who also have been mothers for years in this business, and most of them give the feedback that's how they did it in throughout the years that they've been mothers, and they get a lot of help from families also. So that's what I've been experiencing until now.
Listen, learn from others. Yeah, you know what, all mothers here in the industry, I want us all to just pat ourselves on the back and say, it's okay, we're doing a good job. And I want to thank you so much for coming in and sharing that part of the work life in this industry as a leader in the telecoms, ICT, solar, there in female engineer leader in Suriname. Thank you so much. I have some more questions coming in. I can stay with you all day. I love these conversations. And I know as women, there's so many other elements that we want to discuss, and they all have to be okay for us to perform at our best. So every area of our life has to be okay so that we can perform our best. I want to go into Kerry now and ask Kerry, please, to share with us some of the skills that are needed to enter this industry, the training that's necessary, and some of the partnerships that can be developed, or the partnerships that are already here, right, for women to enter the industry.
Okay, so some of the backgrounds that we do take, for instance, in the telecoms background, we have electrical engineering or computer science along those lines. In the ICT, you have information technology, computer science as well. And for the solar engineering, you have electrical engineering or renewable energy. But what we do is that even coming into Konnexx, we also have our training programs. So we have our own training department, and we also have a partnership with Heart as well, where we customize courses, get everyone certified in the field that they have chosen. We have a training period that everyone goes through, and both hands-on and theoretical. So we don't limit ourselves to say, okay, you come in with the electrical degree and then that is it. We continue education within Konnexx. There is no stopping it. And from that, we keep everybody involved, and it's not limited to males, of course, males and females. And we use that as our tool to ensure that we produce quality work, as well as even before coming into Konnexx, we have our outreach program, Connecting Minds. And with that, we take students from high schools and bring them into Konnexx and show them what other career opportunities there are that they don't speak about daily in school. So we reach out to schools, and schools that already know us, they reach out to us, and we have summer programs, any time of the year, and we enlighten them with these different things. Because trust me, when these students come, they have no idea that, oh, there's that you can do in telecoms, there's that you can do in network engineering. So, those are the opportunities that we present here.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Kerry. Boss lady, we call her, boss lady. So I want to give away two Konnexx bags to some of our guests here today. And I guess I'm going to ask a couple of interesting questions. So let me see. What's the first question I want to ask? First person to answer in the chat will receive the first bag. Who was the first woman to earn an electrical engineering degree from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology? This woman from 1919 until 1945 was a General Electric and became a salaried electrical engineer after 2 years of employment. Quite an achievement for a woman at this time. In 1921, she received her first patent for the Clark calculator, a device that was used to solve electric power transmission line issues. She went on to teach electrical engineering at the University of Texas for 10 years, making her the first female professor of electrical engineering in the United States. First person to tell me who that is in the chat will win a Konnexx gift bag. It's important we look at history and women who have paved the way. Yes, hold on, who's first? I was about to say Renee, but Sherry Ann has those fast fingers. Sherry Ann, you are correct. Hear me, connect, you're correct. You're correct. Well done, well done. All right, so Jody Ann, make note there. Sherry Ann Douglas is the first one to respond. So some more comments coming in from Teresa Watkin, our Secretary General at CANTO, leading with empathy and taking the time to care for the well-being of the team. That is leadership. That is leadership. All right. John Mark has a question. All right. Anybody can take this one. John Mark, I'm not sure who you're directing it to, but anybody can take it. What is the biggest challenge where leadership is concerned and the expectations of management, the customer, and the teams that you lead? Anybody can answer that one. The biggest challenge where leadership is concerned. Anybody? Carrie?
Yes, sorry. It kind of went out a little bit. He said, what is the biggest challenge
Where leadership
is concerned? The biggest challenge to me where leadership is concerned is that because you are, leading so many persons, it is sometimes hard to, tunnel vision or focus on one person. So they might think that they're going unheard, and really and truly they're not. It's just that there are lots of things that we have to deal with, and we deal with them accordingly, but we know that we can provide that support. So it is just the expectation that an individual, out of 400 staff members, would expect that, okay, today is the day I need that answer. But we strive to still give that answer regardless of how long it takes. But that is one of my challenges where leadership is concerned.
Thank you. Do we have any more questions? Any other hands raised? Any other comments before I move now to give away my next bag, courtesy of Konnexx? All right. Yes.
Yes, I just wanted to add to what Kerry said. So I feel
sorry, I want you we're going to put you on the spotlight because I'm not seeing you, is it?
Okay, no problem.
I want to share. Okay, excellent. So we have
Okay.
Latanya. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So just to add to what Kerry said, I feel like for me, becoming a leader, one of the biggest challenges is definitely managing expectations. So the expectations of your superior, the expectations of the customer, and the expectations that you have of yourself. So I feel like that is the biggest challenge, and it does take a toll on you, but you have to try and manage and maneuver. So I think that's definitely the biggest challenge that I face in terms of leadership.
Thank you, my leader. Thank you. So I want to make mention of another person in the room, Dr. Del Rio Newman, Vice Chairman, and Mark Reynolds, Kendall Dupersoy, CANTO Directors, supporting our webinar here today. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you. Leadership starts at the top. That's right. And the culture begins with you. So look at this room today. Look at the power that this organization, CANTO and Konnexx, has to really change the game in the next 5 years. This is just the beginning. And I can't wait to see all these little nuggets being captured from this webinar, shared across the internet in schools from early childhood right up to university level, to heart and skills training institutions. We really need to make sure we continue this as individuals. So to all the directors here, thank you for your leadership. Let's give them a round of applause. Wow, I get excited about this. I love growth. I love new ideas. I love change. And I love empowering the woman, because when the woman is okay, the man is okay, the children are okay, the nation is okay. So Dean says, we are pushing to have more female engineers each year, and I am on the advocacy train. As I said, I promise you all here today as your host, and the leader of Talk Up Youth, a social enterprise, engaging so many young persons across the country, on the airwaves, in the streets, in the schools, to take this information to them. I'm excited, especially when girls say, I don't know what I want to do. I'm like, hey, let me tell you about this. So I have been empowered and informed today. And I promise you might even see me at the office. I'm inspired. I'm changing my career game. Not really. So here's another giveaway. Who is this woman? An early champion for breaking the glass ceiling for women in STEM fields. She's best known for her contribution to the construction of the Brooklyn Bridge, completed in 1883, when her husband, who was the chief engineer of the project, became ill and bedridden. This woman assumed responsibility of being his liaison with the engineering team to keep the project moving forward. She became so proficient in carrying out day-to-day project management, managing technical issues, materials, stress analysis, construction, and calculations, that she became the standing leader for the bridge's construction. All the while, she relentlessly advocated for her husband to keep the original job title of chief engineer. Upon completion, this woman, nearly gave away her name, was the first to cross the bridge, acknowledging her instrumental role in its success. Who got it right? But let me see, Emily Roebling. That's correct. Katie Ann, I think, is the first one to answer. Thank you, Katie Ann. And you are the winner of the Konnexx quiz right here, live on this webinar. So Jody Ann will take your name and make sure that you receive your gift. Any more comments before I close? Katie Ann says, excited. Me too. This has been really, really, really empowering, again, as I said, and informative in so many ways. Nicole Freakley says, very proud of our new member, Konnexx, here today. Oh, we have a new member in the building. That's right. Whoop, whoop, says Emma Sabrati. Hi, Emma. All right, excellent. Sharika says, without a village, it would not be possible. Excellent. As women, we must extend ourselves and have grace as well. Very informative. I mean, before I came on, you know, I was thinking to myself, how do I assist in the goals of Konnexx and CANTO? And I started making notes myself right here on my phone, looking at how to have the conversation with teenagers about pursuing careers in the industry as female engineers in telecom, ICT, and solar. So I was looking at it and I started to jot down electrical or electronic engineering, you know, a foundational field for many careers. Agree or disagree, those who are the experts in this industry. I was looking at computer science or information technology and how they can pursue those. I was looking at renewable energy and environmental science. I listed them and expounded on it for them. Telecommunications, we mentioned networking, you know, to be able to develop a deep understanding of the principles of data communication, networking, mechanical engineering. We really don't see a lot of women. A lot of my mentees are usually men in that field of study. So I was looking at it and looking at practical internships and entry-level positions in the industry. So I really am excited to see what CANTO, what Konnexx will be able to do to disseminate this information to our young people. Everybody, I want to thank you so much again for being here for this insightful discussion on female engineers in the telecom, ICT, and solar industry. We hope this webinar has shed light on the inspiring journeys of women paving the way in these industries. Please, my people, let us continue to support and uplift female engineers in their endeavors to make a difference and break barriers in traditionally male-dominated fields. And to all our men here today, we want to thank you for being at the table. Again, I believe this wholeheartedly, that teamwork makes the dream work. And remember, diversity and inclusion are crucial for progress and innovation. Reminder, I encourage you to attend and register for the 38th Annual Conference and Trade Exhibition at the JW Marriott Miami Turnberry Hotel, right? All you have to do to register and book your accommodation is visit www.canto.org. So go on and register. And yeah, there's the information right there. The registration platform is open and everybody loves a discount. There are some early bird discounts available. So please make sure you share that flyer from the website with everybody you know, and hopefully we'll see you in Miami. All right. So Emma says, awesome that Konnexx has a Jamaican-based company. As a Jamaican-based company has disrupted the industry by diversity within the Caribbean. Yes, yes, yes. Nicole has posted the link here in the chat, so you can all click on that link. I'm doing it right now. Click accept, and it will take you straight to the CANTO 2023 Annual Conference and Trade Exhibition information page. You can hear and see. Well, you can look at the website and hear. Yes, you can hear in your mind, but you can see some of the speakers. Mike Antonius, Chief Executive Officer at Teleser. You have Teresa Watkin, who is here with us. Secretary General at CANTO will be one of the speakers. Del Rio Newman, who is also with us, Executive Director of International Regulatory and Government Affairs at ATN International. So please, again, it's happening in Florida at the JW Marriott Miami Turnberry Resort and Spa. You can register now. It is happening July 16 to July 19 of this year, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. It's going to be disruptive. It's going to be exciting. And CANTO, thank you for your advocacy. As Dean says, CANTO is a very important stakeholder to help in promoting more females in the ICT industries and to develop our Caribbean engineers. And can we get a yes? Dean says, my ticket and hotel is booked. I'm ready for CANTO 2023. It'll be so nice, everybody in this room, to actually meet face to face. Yeah. This was amazing. Thank you, Team Konnexx, and thank you, Empress. Thank you, CANTO. Thank you, Konnexx, for allowing me to be here in this room, because it means a lot to me. It means a lot to the development of our Caribbean women. It means a lot for economic growth of our country, which can help with so many challenges, health challenges. We grow this industry, right? We lift the livelihoods of our women who are carrying, sometimes many of them carrying the household alone. This is more powerful and impactful than we even know. And as a visionary, we have to look at what this does for our countries 5 to 10 years from now. I'm emotional about this stuff, and I thank you so much for having me as host. Happy to have met you all online, and I'll see you face to face very soon. Remember to follow Konnexx on all their social media pages and CANTO, and the conversations will continue there in our homes, in our communities, in our schools, in our Caribbean region. Thank you again, everybody. Let's continue to make an impact. Bless you all.